Hey guys, what I do? It's your boy Supreme Uchiha the God, and today I want to talk about Blast from One Punch Man, man. If you ain't reading the manga, bro, you crazy, bro. You gotta read that manga. That shit phenomenal. Or the original webtoon is also phenomenal, but I think the manga is doing certain things better. In the webtoon, Blast still has never shown a single appearance. But in the manga, spoilers alert, Blast has been seen, baby. And bro, like in the latest few chapters, man, it's just dope, man. You find out so much detail. So let's talk about everything we know about Blast. So before, we only knew that he was strong, like as strong as King, allegedly, or King is the only one that might be stronger than him, type shit. And King's feats, as we all know, is basically an allegory for Saitama himself. You know what I'm saying? King's feet are Saitama's feet, essentially, right? The feats that nobody was there to see, and King was present. It's usually Saitama. So essentially, he's as strong as Saitama. Now, he failed to kill Elder Centipede, which I heard a lot of video people talking about it that say, oh, he failed to do it, so he's obviously not that strong in comparison to Saitama. I actually think this is a false statement because I don't think he tried to kill Elder Centipede. You know what I'm saying? I think he wanted to probably capture him or do, you know what I'm saying? He's moving kind of different, as you can tell, even when he teleports Saitama and them and brings them out. You can tell he noticed something about Saitama immediately, and he obviously has dimensional traveling fucking Renegon type shit going on. You know what I'm saying? And it looks like he didn't just give up on the human race or people, and that's what he said. Unless the world is coming to an end, I'm not gonna be around. It looks like he's on a mission for something else, but we're gonna get back to that. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna give my theories on that later. But so obviously, I think his strength is more than that. I think he didn't try to kill Elder Centipede. I think he either wanted to scare them or maybe to find out. I think maybe because there's a new centipede that just popped out, so perhaps he was looking for the Emperor Centipede, etc., etc. And he's not gonna go all the way underground and search for him and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? He seems like a guy that's very like acute. We also just discovered. Man, there's so much to talk about. So we discovered that he gave Tatsumaki her powers or something. She's like, because I don't know if this is a mistranslation. That's where translations kind of come in. Because I'm pretty sure he goes, I gave you this power to protect yourself. Do you know what I mean? Now we know that she already had power. So like, what power did he give her on top of that? You know what I'm saying? Or did he just like unlock it for her? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, here's your maximum potential immediately. Like, I'm not 100% sure there, but it looks like he can give powers by the sounds of it as well. Now, what has he been doing all this time? Why doesn't he show up for fights? The reason is actually phenomenal. So it seems like there's a war going on. So I don't know if you read Solo Leveling. If you read Solo Leveling, the way there's like gods and other beings and shit fighting, and they basically prepare worlds as an arena to fight in. It's kind of similar to these, but obviously not the exact same. But basically, it looks like they're in like a whole nother world, and they chopping it up. Like they fighting gods and beings of like a different caliber. Like, he's on a different fucking format of strength. Like, and he's not alone there. So that means either different universes or those different universes, and they're all fighting to save a multiverse, or those different heroes over centuries that have been like Saitama strong, that found out what was going on and went to this world to fight these gods, and there's a war going on, and he's like, they need me back there to fight, you know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna go back, and he's collecting these things, which is like giving off, like, maybe it's what's creating monsters in the first place. Like, there's just so much detail about Blast, bro. And like, I love One Punch Man. I just want to tell y'all, I love One Punch Man, man. If you don't read One Punch Man, well, you crazy. But that shit was like, just discovering more about Blast. Obviously, now this is going to webcomic spoilers. In the webcomic, his kid Blue also got superpowers. He's super fast, super strong, all that type of shit. And it's like, Blast might have even all of those powers as well. I think it's really intriguing just to know that. Obviously, we know that he's a dad, so it's gonna be interesting when Blue comes into the fold in the manga, because wow, he didn't even seem bothered by Awakened Garo at all. Like, he saw Awakened Garo and just didn't care. Like, it was like, yeah, whatever. This is just a kid having a tantrum. I'm gonna leave now and go fight real monsters. Like that's, you know what I'm saying? The level of strength Blast is at. He's definitely. I know Saitama is probably gonna be like way way beyond because he's just limitless. But I feel like Blast is close. You know what I'm saying? Like as close as you can get to infinity. Like, cause fuck me, bro. The way he just, even the way he teleported them and stuff like that, and he was like, oh, and he was surprised that's cause you know when he went to Tatsumaki, he was surprised that, oh shit, she resisted, and I think maybe that's a power he gave her, like a strong mental block, like, you know, to not be able to be mind controlled, but basically maybe to avoid her from rampaging if she ever gets mind controlled or whatever. But basically she blocked off like the box's effect, which I think tried to fool her, maybe into giving her more powers or monsterifying her. When not 100% sure, but she just she wasn't having it. She was like, "Who the fuck are you? Like, you not Blast." She knew straight away that that wasn't Blast, and then the real Blast came up and was like, "Oh, you resisted it, huh? Okay, I'm glad I gave you these powers, almost like to protect yourself type shit." And she was like, "Oh, she's not dead. These guys can take care of her. I'm out," type shit. But it felt like he cares for her like way more than he cares for like everything else. Obviously maybe mine is Blue, but Blue's probably like hasn't even discovered how strong he is, and Blast might have even, like, by the looks of it, if he has this manipulation abilities, might even like placed a limiter for him just so that he doesn't, like, you know what I'm saying, go psycho or whatever. But I'm not too sure yet. But there's just so much to delve into with this character of Blast. Like, I am so excited to learn more about him, and I'm so glad I went back to reading the manga, just because I wanted to wait a few chapters, because there's a lot of reworks and retouches of chapters and fixing and stuff like that, and I just wanted to read it through, and I'm so glad I caught up, and it's just fucking phenomenal. Anyway, what do you guys think about Blast, man? I think he's gonna be at a power level that we haven't seen in One Punch Man yet. If Awakened Gaara, like I said, doesn't even phase him, which is like Boros level. Again, he didn't even show for Boros, like he didn't care. He was like, whatever. You know what I'm saying? That means that the people he's fighting are way, way, way beyond that. So I'm super excited, super glad that he's actually showed up instead of just being a mystery. And I'm excited for the narrative One and Murata have in mind for him. Anyways, it's been your boy Supreme Cheated. God, I'm out.